It's morning, and that means it's time for Rotten Mornings. The best way to start your morning off rotten.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rotten Mornings. Did I just hear a dog?
Oh my, you can hear that? That thing is inside the house and I'm in the yard.
We've got a dog.
Oh my Lord in heaven, I'll go further down the road. Go, go, go. I'm fine. Go, go, go.
We've got Scott here, Matt, and Scarlett Storm.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
so this should be a very interesting episode.
Man, you don't know how truthful those fucking words are.
Yeah,
Ugh.
It's gonna be something.
that is the hope. And luckily, we're super prepared.
Always.
Yeah. So, how are you guys
Well,
doing
I've cut the
this morning?
inflatables off, so you can't hear the inflatables. So,
Yeah. You've got your inflatables turned off?
yes.
Okay. Scarlett, do you have your inflatables turned off?
I have a squeaker that is always on and it stays on.
Oh, the squeaker stays on.
It does.
That's fair. Matt, you doing pretty good this morning?
Yes, great.
Yeah. You sound awake and ready for the day.
Always. Feels like it's morning time already.
Scarlett, you're still awake, huh?
Yeah, I haven't gone to sleep yet. I can't wake up that early unless I'm still awake.
I heard that. Seeing the sunrise is the indicator, like, hey guys,
Get up and do a
time to
podcast. That's pretty much all I get out of it.
Oh, that's fair. Well, we had some pretty wild weekend. Let's go into a little about before we get into what we saw this weekend. Scarlett, do you want to talk a little bit about what you did this weekend?
Oh boy. Okay. Wow. Let's well, this weekend I had some clowns with me and we did our first stage shows in like 7 months or however long since all the quarantine shutdowns. So we took a little trip down to Birmingham and did a few shows, and it was pretty amazing to be back on the stage and in front of people and everything. And of course, there was a whole whirlwind of disasters and mishaps and all that come with doing shows normally even, but then like trying to do them in a weird sort of like pandemic safety setting was also an added layer of things to deal with. But oh my god, just getting to do shows again was amazing, and that's the best part of the whole thing.
Now we both know that you love the chaos and destruction that comes with having to do those shows. You wouldn't give that shit away for the world.
Nope, not at all. I thrive on that. Even if I'm like complaining in the moment, it wouldn't be the same if it totally went smoothly all the time.
Oh, of course, because complaining is a part of the whole that is that problem. That's also a part of what you love.
Right, it can't ever be too boring. There has to be just enough chaos to keep it interesting.
Wow. I'm glad to see that you have returned to the stage, and I'm sure I am not the only one. I'm sure people have been clamoring to see you again. So I'm glad that you got to do some shows, and it is kind of weird, like doing shows this season and having dealing with COVID. The same thing is true in the haunt world.
Oh yeah,
kind of things. Matt,
yeah, how did your haunts go this weekend? You guys checked out some several haunts, or a few at least?
Well, and I'll speak across the board when it comes to just haunts in general and just the like general notion of what everybody is doing. That, dude, we still don't even know what the fuck we're doing. Like nobody still knows what the fuck they're doing. Nobody's really. It's so fucking weird. The whole thing is just insane. the minute you think you have a hold of it is the same minute that something changes. And it's such like it's so crazy, but it's also such beautiful chaos. Like I just like the pseudo burn of all of it is so much fun.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see like several businesses saying, "Hey, this is what we have for our guests who are concerned about it, and we recommend you do these things." And then when people show up and don't do that, they're like, "Okay, well you're the people who aren't concerned with it, right?" And the money's still the same money, so.
Yeah, that's the chaos that's so weird. Like you can't cater to one group of people if you're going to be a business, you shut all this stuff down. But with the haunts being independent, only being open 1 month, there's this very fine line between being super duper safe and still being inviting to the people who are not super super safe. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's a fine line. Yeah, we did we checked out different haunts, and then we got to see a couple haunts. So yeah, we had a pretty good haunt weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a hoot of a weekend.
We had a hoot.
A hoot.
A hoot.
So let's talk about what we saw yesterday in the rotten broadcast realm.
You want to start with the same old?
Yeah. Let's.
Let's. So if you are listening to this and you were wasting your time yesterday, you heard this.
Well, no. If you were listening yesterday, you heard this yesterday edition.
Yes. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and say that 6 minutes in, this is going to be a much better episode than all of them.
That's fair. And me and Matt.
That's a lot.
No, trust me. Even with just a couple of words, you're saving the whole fucking podcast.
Scarlett, you'll notice that when me and Matt do episodes, we cringe, and then we'll bring in Brandy, who saves the podcast for us. And so now you'll save this episode for us. So we appreciate that.
Yes, we appreciate it. It means a lot to us.
Okay, so what else did we see yesterday?
After that, we had part 2 of the Rotten House spider webs. A lot less kung fu in that episode.
It was. And, there's such subtle jokes that we make to each other in our stuff, like little wink stuff, right?
Yeah.
You already know what I'm going to say.
No.
Did you think that no one, not one person, not even one single soul, would notice that you hung all of your spider webs upside down?
I hate you so badly. Jesus Christ, I hate you.
No, that just adds to the spooky effect.
They're
wrong. Make them wrong. It's creepier that way.
Scarlett, don't play into him. He is a son of a bitch.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm aware.
You're an asshole, Scott. You are a complete and total asshole. Not only are you an asshole for that, you're an asshole for fucking Scarlett backing you up.
Well, I gave her $6.
I will give you $20.
Wait,
for no
I'll collect all the money after the show. Should I just drop my PayPal?
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
the host kept the guest on this show.
The episode was really good, and I liked the format of that one. It's been one of my favorite formats.
Yeah, I agree, because I finally figured out how to do it by the time I got to that one. Luckily, last 2.
Yeah, and we're done.
Figured it out right there at the end. Hoo-ah!
Hey, in a similar note, my new podcast microphone is coming in next Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah, so for all the rotten mornings, oh wait, we'll be done.
I was gonna say, is this continuing past October now? Because
No.
it's getting up there.
Well, here's the thing about us. you guys and what you do, the amazing stuff that you guys do. And I'm not talking to Scott right now.
Damn
P.S.
it.
The amazing stuff that you guys do is fulfilling and enriching, and it gives you that thing. What me and Scott do is we just want to suffer.
That's what gives you guys that thing is suffering.
Yes,
That
yes.
sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds right.
I hate you. You are a son of a bitch. What is the other thing? You are an asshole in the fort. Getting Scarlett on board with you. All of these things here. I wrote them down, you bitch.
So, anyways, after that, we had our episode of Rotten Strips, and I personally need to talk about this episode.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you do.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you a little synopsis here. I could not think of what to do for my episode. Surprise, surprise. Brandy decides that she had found this story about a gravestone in the middle of Highway 11 down the street from here that was haunted. She goes to find it. She records just her doing that little jingle. She just cut her camera on, did that, right? Came back. Do you see how often she made fun of both me and you so expertly in that one little clip?
Uh-huh.
It is amazing to me how she pulled that off. She knows more about, she's more rotten than we could ever imagine to be.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say this, though. And it takes nothing away from Brandy, but making fun of us is not hard.
No, it's not. It's very easy, actually. You listen to us and you'll get the best material, too.
That is some low-hanging fruit, my friend.
Hanging like
it's very true. So randomly, somebody at one of the shows brought up how like Scott's fake accent is one of their favorite things to imitate, and this is just a random person at the show. Like that's how easy you guys are to make fun of.
There you go. Do me.
It is nuts that I have been brought up at multiple shows that I have not even been at. It's like weird that I'm so relevant.
No, I've got something like that. It's so similar to that. I was out at Publix, right? And this guy comes up and punches me directly in the fucking balls, and I'm like,
and we've got to take a break.
Oh, I hate you so bad. So anyways, yeah, that was our programming.
And we're back. You were saying something about your balls.
Yes, I like. That's it.
Was that the end of that?
Yep. I like.
Good. That's the super. I have no idea what just happened.
I told you
this podcast is derailed already.
Derailed? That was minute 20 seconds. I fucked that up. That was exactly 20 seconds in. That's what I meant to say. That's funnier. Let's just roll that back. Edit that out. You can edit that out, right?
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Was that it? Was there anything else that we didn't mention?
Aside from the fact that we did go live from in Sanatorium and from East Aboga, and it was a hoot, and I don't really get to, we'll put the review up. We did a lot of, so you'll kind of get the idea of what was going on there, but to say it, dude, Territorium, damn it, I always do that. Take a shot. Territorium was a great entertainment complex. They had food, they had games, they had everything. And East Aboga was significantly amazing for a 2-year haunt that, it just doesn't seem like it would be that much. They had a lot for as little as it seemed they would.
Man, and I was telling Scarlett about this earlier because she has that same love for like Boardwalk nostalgia style haunted houses and dark rides and stuff that we do. But like, that's awesome. Ferris wheel's awesome. On the flip side, East Aboga Manor, this is their second year, and they didn't open the manor.
They didn't even open the freaking name of the house, and they still did a good job.
Yeah. So
what's the matter with them?
What's the matter with them? Good gracious. Spooky exterior.
But I mean, how do you change your name on year 2 as Eastaboga's Yard of the Manor?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. We've got some stuff coming up today.
We do?
No way.
That was a question. It wasn't a statement.
I see what's happening here.
Oh, Jesus. What do we have coming up today? Okay, we have, you know what? I will have the Spook Trail review up after this at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then you will be hopefully successfully finishing an episode of Rotten Strips.
Yeah, I'm really excited about today's episode of Rotten Strips. So, Scarlett, if you could film that for me. It's not going to be a big deal.
Of course, you wait till I'm not in any makeup and I'm just sitting around like,
Oh,
relaxing.
that's how we roll.
Yeah, now's the time you want me to film something. Okay, I'll see what I can do.
That's fun. You know, me and Matt, and we haven't really talked about this in the podcast. We don't really know what we're doing with the podcast, but I spent about 4 hours.
You stop the podcast. I would just say across the board.
Yep. But I spent about 4 hours in makeup before we start broadcasting the podcast.
Makeup, taco eating.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get enough throughout the day.
I'm so sorry. It was you. It's not me.
Well, I only had 10 tacos today. I'm going to have to make that up tonight.
Man, kind of mad that you said tacos, because guess what I'm thinking right now?
Balls. You said it earlier.
That's fair. All right. Cool. So we've got those things coming up, guys. Super jazzed about those things. No idea what they will be, but they're going to be good.
They are going to be there.
Okay. We're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we'll jump into our spooky section, which we will be making up a topic for and then lying about the facts.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you guys don't join us for that, we hope you have a rotten morning.
Have a rotten morning, guys.
Coulrophobia is defined by Merriam-Webster as an irrational fear of clowns. This term is relatively new, but today, in this episode, we discover and explore the fear of clowns. All right, and we're back. Guys, how's that for an intro? Are y'all riveted?
I was on the very back of my seat, nowhere close to the edge.
Yes, and I was personally in someone else's seat.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. I think that's my seat.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm always in someone else's seat.
Oh. Okay, then.
I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but I'm currently in someone else's like weird squeaky rocking chair office thing that's about to fall apart. So there might be some like spooky background squeaky sounds.
That's okay. They're better than Scott's taco eating, so you win.
Oh no. You just gotta wait for like the taco farting sounds that come later on.
And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, because the last one I'm doing with these two.
Hey, you fucked that
trash.
up.
You asked for this.
You asked for this.
So I'm glad that you guys are laughing and making jokes because our topic today can be pretty funny. Of course,
Oh, what's the topic? God, don't say clowns. I hate clowns.
I hope it's not clowns. I don't know anything about them.
I fucking hate clowns. They're so bleh.
Hey guys, y'all got the memo, right?
What's a memo?
You guys got the memo
Spread out
about the
me,
topic?
asshole.
Okay, because you guys knew the episode today is about clowns, right?
Oh no.
Oh, I'm out.
Yes, today the episode is about clowns, and
I thought you said this was a funny show.
Oh, no. That's just in the script for me to say that.
He said you're gonna laugh when he shows it to you. That's not the same thing, Scarlett.
Oh boy. But, damn it, I did laugh though.
That's cool. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's me blushing. The thing is, okay, so let's jump into this topic as well as three idiots can, and see what we come up with. First of all, what do you guys think about the fear of clowns?
It's totally valid. You shouldn't trust any of us, and you should be very, very afraid.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with her on that one.
So, in my research for this, and conversations I've had too, I always have considered one of the big parts of the fear of clowns to be the uncanny valley. If anything looks too much like a person or a caricature of a person, we get unsettled by that, right?
Yes.
And clowns can kind of be a caricature of a person.
Yeah, it's always spooky when someone's smiling all the time.
Yeah, don't like that.
And even if they've got a certain expression painted on at that particular time, they could feel anything, but your brain is going to rationally tell you they're happy no matter what. So you look at like Emmett Kelly, that he was always sad looking in his makeup, but it was always like kind of pro stuff that was happening to him, but it's still read as so depressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've got a story I want to tell about Emmett Kelly here in a minute, because there is a picture of his frowning visage smiling. There's one picture.
Really, I'll tell you this about Emmett Kelly, and this is really all I know about Emmett Kelly. My grandmother is freaking obsessed with Emmett Kelly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that before.
Yes, she has more Emmett Kelly dolls than I have Nightmare on Elm Street stuff, or all my toys combined, I would say.
Okay. Well, let me, I guess now's a good time to kind of go over this story, and it takes just a second, but it kind of leads into our current coulrophobia, the fear of clowns, and where that came from. So Emmett Kelly was a trapeze artist. A lot of people don't realize that. He was a trapeze artist with his wife, right? And she gets pregnant. She can no longer do trapeze. So he's been working on this clown character because he wants to keep performing while he can't perform because his partner's out. So he comes up with this kind of a white face, unnamed character, but he wants to do this hobo character, Weary Willie, who has never, no other clown has ever looked like that or anything. And Ringling Brothers are like, no, you can't do that because he's too scruffy. Clowns are like sparkly and all of this stuff. You didn't have like crust punk clowns at that time. He was kind of a hobo. And it wasn't until the Great Depression was happening and more people looked like that and could relate to that character that he was finally allowed. Well, Emmett Kelly's character, the Weary Willie character, he didn't like come out and like, ha ha ha, balloons, blah, blah, blah. He would like, someone would be doing like a serious tightrope act and he would like walk out there and like start hanging his laundry up and like looking around like, hey, guys, it's okay. So he, this character though, like develops, and he begins to almost separate from Emmett to Willie, and even talking to his wife, like his wife is like, I don't know where Emmett begins and where Willie, ends.
Yeah.
And it was kind of this weird thing. He was approached to do this movie. Now, this is very interesting. He was approached to do this movie in 1950 called The Fat Man. Matt, I swear to God, I'll kill you. And
so did you fuck a clown then too?
Oh, no wonder you're.
Wow.
The Fat Man was a detective, and the villain in that movie was a killer clown. So there was a killer clown movie in 1950.
Oh,
and
I
they
did not realize that.
Yeah, and they approached Emmett Kelly to do that, and he was like interested in doing it, but then Willie wasn't interested in doing it. And so he was. Emmett had to go and be like, "Hey, we can't make Willie a killer. We cannot make Willie a killer." Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all super important. So in like the 60s, he's like almost retiring, and like his son Emmett Kelly Jr. picks up Weird Willie. So he's running with that, and then the dad's like, "That's actually my character, so I'm going to use him back." So now he's using it. And there's kind of like, who is Weird Willie? And the same thing with Emmett Kelly Jr. Like his wife is like, I don't know where Emmett begins and where Willie, ends.
Yeah.
And
where his Willie ends. Is that what you just said?
Yes. I don't know where.
I don't know where my husband's Willie ends.
Infinite Willie.
We made it through a whole episode about some skeeter hole, and we're talking about Willies now.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about the ghost of some dude's hole and didn't giggle, and now we have a 47-mile long Willie.
That's the content I'm here for.
So anyway, and this is getting like to the part that's important. His son
Lies.
Emmett Kelly Jr.'s son is in a train accident and like loses a leg. And he comes home from the circus for like one day to check on his son. And then he's like, "Hey man, Willie's got itchy feet. I got to go." And it was like kind of a turning point. But his son, Paul, like still worshipped Willie, the Weary Willie character. So he's in jail one night. The guy who's lost his leg and has been working the props for the show, he's in jail one night, and in a dream, Willie comes to him and says, "Hey, Emmett's about to retire. No one's going to be able to be me. I need you to be Weary Willie." And the same thing had happened to Emmett Kelly Jr. as well. So Weary Willie has been visiting them like generations in their dreams and saying, "Hey, don't let me die. You have to be me."
Interesting.
Well, Paul never performed as like Weary Willie. What he would do is he would just dress up as Weary Willie and then go to the bar and get drunk, right? And Willie was like a asshole. Like he would just like fuck up people. And then in 1979, the first body was found beaten to death. And it was Paul's male partner. And then his a couple months later, there's a like a Catholic priest who had also been his partner, who Willie had beat to death. And he confessed. He goes, "Hey man, it wasn't me. Willie beat that guy, and I hit him once."
Trouble hearing you.
What the fuck, Siri? You just scared the shit out of me.
I was like, damn, Scarlett has some crazy ass like voices she can do. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm the Siri voice too. It's just one of my magical clown tricks.
Well, it was magical.
So anyway, Paul is still in jail to this day. Emmett Kelly III, who he went by, the last incarnation of Weary Willie, and he's in jail because the clown killed someone. So that's an actual killer clown story. And then it was in 79. 72 was when Pogo did his murders.
When old Mr.
Casey.
Yeah, Mr. John.
Yep. Mr. John. Yep. So
now you said 72, but I feel like he'd been doing it for a long time, and like was 72 when he finally got caught?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
No, his first murder was in 72, and I think he got caught in like 78, but he had 33 murders under his belt.
That is a busy killer clown.
Yes, he's super busy.
Well, when you're touring, it's no big deal. Yeah. And then so all right, here's a timeline of just these little stories, right? 1950, a movie about a killer clown comes out, right? Then 1979 or 72, John Wayne Gacy starts killing people. 1979, Paul Weary Willie kills 2 people that we know of, and then in 1986, Stephen King's It comes out.
So, Scarlett, when are you going to start killing people?
Oh, no.
I mean, either it's on my list and I'm still getting to it, or it's just a secret. Maybe it's just a secret. You'll never know.
I personally, I'm not a fan of, I hate to say I'm not a fan of, scary clowns. That's not the case. I'm just a fan of clowning clowns. And we talked about this a lot, right? I like clowns that clown. Putting Jason in a clown makeup that's not a clown. That's a Jason in a clown makeup. If he's not doing anything aside from just Jason stuff.
Then you're just mixing up your monsters. It's like killer clowns are their own thing.
Yeah. When did Killer Clowns from Outer Space come out?
Oh,
is that 92?
I think so. Late 80s or early 90s.
But look at Gacy though. Gacy was a Jason clown.
Yeah, well, Pogo was a kid's birthday party clown.
Yes, but have you ever seen a video of what he did at kids' birthday parties?
Not recently.
My point is that Gacy was always lumbering and ridiculous, and that was his shtick. The only person he was truly kind to was his family.
Okay.
Even going to the birthday parties, he was a good clown, but it wasn't it wouldn't be like what we know they do now. It was stolid and straight armed, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because a clown does kids' birthdays does not a clown make.
Agreed. To a degree. There gets to be what, I don't know. I was thinking about this earlier. You look at the greatest actors of our time and those are actors, right? But if I look at a kid in a middle school play who's only going to do that one play and he gets up there and acts, that's an actor.
Yeah.
And then you have professional actor or amateur, so the kid in the play didn't get, but the person who walked by, and said something to the main character as an extra, if they have a line, they're an actor, they're a paid actor, they're a professional actor.
Nah, I disagree with that.
No, I mean, that's the definition. A professional, or to be a professional at something means you got paid to do it. That's all it means.
I don't think that that's true. I could get paid to cut some. I could get paid to cut some. Yeah, I could get paid to cut somebody's yard. That doesn't make me a yard professional.
I think there's a difference too. It's okay, are you making a living at it? Is this what you're doing every day, or however often you have gigs or whatever? Is this your main stick, or do you have some other side hustles? I don't know.
Yeah, if I take a picture of my dick and send it to you for $20, does that make me a professional photographer?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would
Makes
try to
you-
say that it does, but it does not.
But they're wrong.
I would
It
say
does
it-
not.
I would say it makes you a professional dick.
That's true.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
quite
That's true.
professional.
Which is weird.
It comes
'cause
with an award and everything.
Yes, it
Yeah,
has a little collar.
Yeah.
currently
It
he
comes
is
with
a
it comes with a title too.
Yes.
it's good because currently he is a dick hobbyist.
A professional dick hobbyist dick.
Hopefully someday to be Sir Dick Hobby.
Oh wow. Wow. Good deal. So I kind of wanted to one other little theory on. So there's a theory that like
Hey, let me.
chlorophobe-
Hey, for 1 second, would you like to sign out and sign back in just to make sure?
Me or who?
All of us.
We're
All
going
of us?
to
Okay.
go to
Okay.
a commercial break, is what we call that in the biz.
Yes.
Be right.
Scarlett, to explain what we just did, sometimes our audio gets off, and the last thing I want is for us to drown your audio out. That'd be the last thing I want.
Oh no. I'm just drowning over here in the corner. It's fine.
And for our people listening to the podcast, we'd
Are
like
they
to thank that
listening
sponsor.
still?
God
It's
damn
just
it.
you and Brandy.
That was a good sponsor ad, and we thank them for sponsoring our show. That's all that is. We totally know what we're doing and have professional equipment all of the time.
So we're just going to go to Lion now, straight to Lion.
We started that way.
There's never been another option. It's always
Okay, so I did want to say like one other thing about my theory or a theory of clowns, because coulrophobia is relatively new. The fear of clowns isn't, besides the uncanny valley that we discussed earlier, the fear of clowns came from scary clowns in media, scary clowns in stories, that sort of thing. That wasn't true when you looked at like the original clowns. You know, even the original clowns were less colorful than their counterparts.
Yeah. Well, I would even go as far to say that when I was younger, I loved the Bozo Show. I would have never thought to be frightened of Bozo. But now, after all the intake of media, he does look creepy.
Agreed.
But when I was a kid, it was like, that's my shit, man, with Cookie and the whole fucking 9 yards. And that whole show is terrifyingly creepy if you didn't kind of not have that experience. You know what I mean?
Sure. And that's something that a lot of people talk about when they talk about coulrophobia, is that that's a learned fear.
Yeah.
Sad, huh? We have enough things to fear. We don't have to, bring up new ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, we do, because we're mankind, and that's what we thrive on.
It's so funny,
we love
man.
being scared. That's part of the fun.
It's the number one fundamental thing that drives us to choose anything. We're afraid of not being selected, so we wear the deodorant. We're afraid of not like having a car accident, so we wear like everything is based on fear. It's a weird kind of dichotomy.
While we've been chatting, I didn't get to finish my makeup for this podcast, so I've been finishing up the touches on my new ice shark makeup.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Hey, P.S. Hey, Amazon, fuck you.
Wow, I know, right?
Hey, do you think all of our listeners are going to enjoy your ice shark makeup?
No.
I don't think I'll get one complaint.
Can you hear?
I don't like it.
You can hear the cool sounds of ice shark makeup through the speakers.
Stand in front of your fan and imagine.
I just blew my phone. That'll be $20.
Your phone or us?
The phone.
That's what I was about to say. Normally, when I blow somebody, they owe me the money.
Oh. Yeah. What? So anyway, that joke went really well until I heard what you said, and I was like, wow, that's the exact opposite of what you were trying to say.
I've gotten a lot of that. It tends to be that people like what I say when they don't listen to what I say.
It's like the upside down logic of the spider webs, but just carried over into other aspects of life.
Yes, exactly.
I cannot believe they were upside down. It's clearly marked on the package.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: do you think you're pretty well exhausted on the topics of clownery that you wanted to say? Because I've got a little piece I'd like to do.
There is one other thing, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I would like to personally ask Scarlett some questions about clowneries.
Oh boy, I might give you lies.
That's okay. We always lie.
Okay, perfect.
So, why did you want to get into clown business?
Oh man, this is like the worst answer, so I'm just gonna make one up.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, oh wow. Now I have to think of one to make up. I hope I don't have to tell the truth. This can be terrible.
Truths aren't relevant. No one will hold you to task other than you listening to this podcast tomorrow.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to do that. I hate hearing myself talk. It's weird.
Sheeple.
No, I was like, let's see. I was already doing performing stuff, but not necessarily as a clown, but like already a silly character. And then I just kind of like added the clown as another layer to that. But we were talking about scary clowns earlier, and I like to be more of a, like, maybe not scary clown, but like I definitely want to make people uncomfortable. Like if they're just totally okay with it and it's friendly and fun and everything, that's cool. But like there should be a level of like what the fuck is happening as well, and maybe maybe a little bit of fear or a little bit of like thinking some thoughts that they didn't know they wanted to have. Like I want there to be some confusion, and not just with me, but with the rest of the clowns that I work with. Like by the time it's the end of the night, I want everyone to be very confused.
So technically,
maybe scared, but they're mostly just scared of themselves or of their own thoughts related to clowns. Like we're not doing it.
Is it a little bit of a sort of a succubus kind of existence?
Absolutely, yeah. It's more like that. Like you're not afraid of us, but maybe drawn to, or
Yeah.
the clowns. There's an energy exchange with that. You get energy from them. You give them your energy. Everyone laughs, or do they?
So, okay, well, let me ask you this. Are you at this point still, like, do you think you're where you want to be? Where do you want to go?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to find out when it happens. I mean, I want to keep doing more different things and not stay in the same character for too long, but it's kind of like an evolution of like trying to figure out what to do next and how to change it and keep it interesting and stuff.
Well, if there was a place that you finished at the top of a hill, what would that look like?
Oh man, all the places that are closed now. I don't know. Everything's gone. So who knows even what's going to be, what like goals you have to strive to. But I don't know. I just want to keep like bringing some entertainment to people. And I don't know. I love it. So I'm going to keep doing it in whatever form the future allows, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
That's such a crazy like question for Scarlett, because like Scarlett has been featured in national publications multiple times in multiple industries. She has performed on like some of the biggest stages in the world.
Me and you being artists know one thing is true about every artist in the fucking world. They will never be satisfied.
Nope. That is true.
Okay.
No matter how much you got, like, why would you be an entertainer if it was ever enough?
Yeah.
Oh, sigh. That's the sad part of the clown. That's the sad clown right there. It's never enough.
There's not a lot of 9 to 5 clowns.
There
I
should
don't
be.
think so.
Yeah. You know what was really fun? When we had this theater in Vegas, and like the a lot of the circus clowns would get good, and they would like interact with their audience every night, and then they joined the Pinnacle. They joined Cirque du Soleil, and then Cirque du Soleil, they were doing the same act every night. So at like 1 o'clock in the morning, they'd come over to our theater and finally get to be the clowns that they fell in love with being.
Yeah.
But it was that you're going to work out all day. You're going to like rehearse constantly. You're going to spend all this time. So the only way you get to do the thing that you want to do for little to nothing, whatever in this little black box theater, was to like after your show closed, run over there and then put on a intimate show. And like it was weird watching like that level or that, not I don't say level, but like those performers who would come up interacting and changing their acts every night.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever going to be happy with what they get if they're artistic.
Scarlett is one of my favorite clowns to watch because I've seen or I've heard of a couple of her acts, but she changes.
Wait, you've heard of a couple of my acts?
Yeah, I've heard of a couple, but she changes her acts so often. She adapts to she'll adapt to something that's current and relevant, and then she'll put in something that's obscure to like bring back like who gets this. Like she loves her audience, and she really knows her audience, and that's what's really cool about watching her, hearing her perform.
Well, I'll personally say that out of the 20 performances that I have seen personally of hers, that I have not seen any sort of replication other than her genuine personality.
That's fair.
Aw. Dang, guys, I hate to tell you, it's just some lies.
No, but that's beautiful enough for us. Like that's all we do too.
Oh.
Nope. She does.
I had
that.
something I was gonna say, but I can't think over the blushing now.
Yeah,
That was really sweet.
The first act I ever saw Scarlett do was a Beetlejuice act, and she has an umbrella hat, and it is the most like carousel umbrella, like carousel.
Oh, that's beast.
And it's the like most wild. She like made it herself, like costume
out of cardboard and hot glue, which is 90% of all of the costumes are just
hell
cardboard
yes.
and hot glue.
Yeah, and I was like, it was so beautiful and so elegant, and just such a beautiful homage to this well-loved thing. And then the next thing that I remember from her, she has a giant butthole.
Fast forward to the butthole.
Yeah.
Always fast forward to the butthole. You know what's up, Pornhub.
Good gracious, we have gone that
Oh
place.
wow, derailed again.
Cool. So, I like the last little thing about like clowns and Matt. I know you and I have discussed this before, but like I've always kind of been enamored with the idea of what is a clown, because when kids dress up, they dress up as a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And clowns have makeup and costumes and stuff, but that's not what the clown is. You can't dress up like a clown. You can just put on clown clothes. So what is a clown? And my whole idea was that like there were underground like demons or whatever, and they don't really understand what people look like, so they paint themselves up, and they're like, hey, right? They have big eyes. Yeah. They've got wild hair. Yeah, that's a human. Yeah, go look like that.
Sort of like if Superman was trying to like mimic us, but watching us through water.
Right. Superman.
Yeah, you know, Superman, like Clark Kent, is actually like Superman going that humans are dumb as fuck and they can't do anything right, and that's how poorly he thinks of us.
You guys are...
And if you just blend those two ideas together, then you get the scariest clown ever, because it's got like laser eyes and it can fly, but it's just trying to imitate a human for unknown purposes.
Like humans have laser eyes. This is a thing. Let us be human. Pew!
Wow, he gave me a really intense stare. I think laser eyes is what I should have. Ridiculous. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. Scarlett, thank you so much for joining us in this very special episode of, what's this called? It doesn't matter. There's a lot of stuff coming up today, guys. Stay tuned, and you guys have a rotten morning.
And I'd like to say something right off the end here. I also would like to thank Scarlett graciously for being involved with our podcast. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you guys for having me, and thank you guys for listening. If you still are, which you're probably not.
You're probably not. I'd also like to say one more thing just to finish it off and remind everybody how much of a genius Brandy was at that little bit that she put in Rotten Strips.
That's true. You guys stay rotten.
Stay rotten, guys. Thanks again, Scar.
Thank you. Stay rotten.